We're here with head coach Sharon Perkins now, and coach, you're a couple days into practice here, and we've talked to a couple of the players, but how great is it to be back there, and now you're practicing for real. It seems like it's just very different from the fall season, and first games are 4 weeks from today.
I know, it doesn't even seem like, but yeah, we're very excited. It's been fun getting started, and just really getting to see the players again. It's nice to have everybody back in school.
What are you looking for in the first week of practice? I know you're just trying to get back in the swing of things. Everyone's still getting class schedules straight and figuring out exact practice times, but when you get out there, what are you hoping to accomplish during the first week or two?
Just trying to get everybody back in the swing of things. Doing a lot of batting practice, just kind of getting it back in the routine, going back to some fundamentals to start out, and now we're getting ready to work on some team defense things.
Now that you've had a year in the new stadium under your belt, how great is it, especially with some of the recent weather, to have that indoor facility and know that no matter how cold it is outside or raining, whatever, that you're able to still practice?
It's a big advantage for us. It's a facility where there's 3 huge cages, there's plenty of space, we have TVs in there and cameras, and it's definitely a great facility. I feel very fortunate to have that. It's nice to be able to get out of the elements that we're dealing with right now, and just fun to be able to see everybody in one spot. I can have a group of hitters and a pitcher at one time. There's a lot of things that we can do now with a lot of cages.
Talk about the new video system and the ability you have that hitters can watch their swing right after they swing and pitchers can see themselves, and just what kind of an advantage that gives them and a teaching tool you have right there.
Just fast feedback, we're just, as women, we're just visual anyway, so for us to be able to take a swing and then turn around and look and make quick adjustments like that, it's just, I think we get to take better advantage of our time that we have here.
When will you start? You've got a month of practice before the first games, and going to get right off the bat against a very good Long Island team, and then your second game of the year happens to be against Florida,
right.
Who just went to the championship series against Washington. So what are you looking for in the next couple of weeks as practice moves on, and when will you start more with the game situations and really putting in game plan and stuff for the season?
I think just getting back and being unified again as a team, working on team defensive things, first and thirds and different plays like that. Just getting everybody used to everybody again, I think is just going to be the first step that we'll take towards that, and then we'll just move on from there. Once it gets close to game time, you just kind of roll out there and you're ready to go. It kind of gets on you really quick, so you just do what you can before that.
Talked with Kristen Adkins earlier this week about the advantages of having a deep pitching staff, and so many people see college softball, they think one pitcher, you're set, that's all you need, and that's how a lot of these pitchers come out of high school thinking, but you've got 4 pitchers this year, and how can you use that to your advantage?
Very fortunate. You play a lot of games and you play a lot of innings throughout the year. You never know what kind of injuries you might deal with, and it's nice to be able to face a certain team on a weekend. Maybe you have a conference series and you're going to face somebody 3 times, and it's nice to be able to throw somebody else at them the next game and not just ride on one pitcher. Not many teams have the ability to just have one stud pitcher, so I feel very fortunate for sure. We have a great pitching staff.
And you seem to have been a coach who's never afraid to make a pitching change during the game, and
Right.
not so much worried about stats and complete games and shutouts, but what does that say when you can have a pitcher go through the order first or second time through? Once you get that third time, they start making adjustments, and you've got someone you can bring in from the bullpen and give them a whole fresh look.
I think we have different pitching styles. I think all 4 of our pitchers are a little bit different, so it is nice. It's nice to be able to change speeds, and it's nice to be able to throw some different styles of pitchers at the hitters. So I feel very lucky.
I remember sitting here at this time last year talking about the schedule and how difficult it is and how it's going to be tough to top, but I think you've managed to do that this year. You've got 17 teams from last year's NCAA tournament, 4 teams who went to the World Series, and how does that help you prepare as the season goes on, as you work into conference season and postseason and beyond?
I think those games make other games easy for sure. You don't expect to go out and just walk through other games because we had some tough games last year, but I think it does prepare you. I think you do your best to put them in real situations in practice to just prepare them for a game in itself, and then when you're dealing with ranked opponents and then what they've done in the past, it definitely prepares you for your ACC season and then for postseason after that.
Well, talk about the ACC, a league that it's getting better and better and better, and with the 8 teams, and you've got, obviously, you're going to have one extra series at home, which you have this year, but 3 tough road trips in conference, including, arguably two of the teams that you're going to be fighting with right at the top of the league, and road trips to Florida State and North Carolina. And, just talk about that first series at North Carolina in March, and, you could have a chance by the end of March to really set the tone for the conference season.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we definitely have a strong conference. It's gotten tougher throughout the last couple of years for sure. So there's so many great players out there, and the country's just getting stronger, and our conference is definitely along with that. So, yeah, I mean, North Carolina's going to be in it, Florida State, but I think everybody's got a fair shake at it. You never know till you get out there, and, other teams have different players coming in, too, that we're going to have to figure out what they have. So it should be a fun season.
Defensively, you've made a point since you've gotten here to change the defensive philosophy. Team has gotten better and better defensively every year, set a school record last year for fewest errors. And how important is that come postseason time? We saw what happened last year with the unfortunate injury of Kelsey Weisman and the ability you had to shuffle people all over, and really it didn't miss a beat with having so many people and so experienced out there defensively.
I think we're lucky, first of all, to just have great athletes and very versatile. So, like Christy Jones, she can play infield or outfield, and she's just great at whatever. And I have players that they'll just run through the wall for you. So they're fun to work with, and yeah, I mean, you never know what's going to happen. You don't really plan for your shortstop to go down, especially such a great season as she had. So we're just ready to get it going.
Now your lineup, you lose a player like Blair Shamandl, one of the unsung heroes of the team, who really helped set the table, made some great defensive plays, but offensively was the catalyst of the offense, getting on base, and obviously Whitney Haller and Tiffany Johnson, two of the most prolific power hitters that have ever come through here. But with so much returning and a great freshman class, do you see yourself missing a beat at all offensively this year?
I think that's a tough class to lose. They were a fun bunch. They had great leadership, and they all brought different things to the table at different times. I do think we have a great incoming class, and along with our transfer coming in, I think we'll be pretty strong. I think they'll come in and fill in some positions, and we'll see what we have when we get out there. But I'm excited about the incoming class.
Now, your senior class this year, you've got Kelly Eppinger, just one of those players who every team needs, who's willing to do anything for you, bring the team together. And Jen Yee, who's kind of that silent leader. Everyone knows about her, bringing that international experience. But as you look down to the juniors, sophomores, who do you look for this year to maybe take that next step and come up as a hero?
I think it's exciting to have Adkins. She came in last year and just was definitely clutch for us. She could play third. She could hit the ball. She came up with some big home runs, and great on the mound. She's strong on the mound. So I expect her to come back and work some innings, definitely pitching, and strong for us on defense also. Really, the whole class is pretty strong. They're going to see a lot of playing time. Just infield, outfield, catching, it doesn't matter. They're just that's a pretty tough class.
Now, Christy Jones, another one of those players who will get on base, steal bases. Those stolen base numbers have been coming down a lot. We thought maybe as a freshman she would have a chance to break her assistant coach Eileen Morales' stolen base record, but when she gets on base and you have so many people hitting behind her, she doesn't even have a chance, it seems like.
Steal. You're right. It is tough, and I don't know. We'll see. I'd like her to come in and be a leadoff. I think she's done a great job. She's changed some things with her game. She's added a little bit of pop to her bat, so I think she can make some things happen this year and get on. And we'll see if we can move her around before we get the next hit.
Last question. Just talk about the versatility and the depth you have with so many interchangeable parts. And Kristen Atkins can pitch, but when she's not pitching, she can play third base. And one of your freshmen, Hope Rush, who pitches, but she'll be the designated player probably when she's not pitching. And just it doesn't really matter who's pitching, who you have out there. It seems like you're never going to miss a beat.
Yeah, they're exciting to watch. I feel blessed that we can do so many things and put so many people in different positions, infield, outfield, or even some of our catchers play outfield. It's kind of interesting the people that we have here. But yeah, we are exciting to watch, and I'm excited to see some new things that's going to come with this team this year.
Well, last question. You seemed to pick up a lot of fans last year now that people know where you guys play, and those great crowds that came out for the NCAA regional, and especially the super regional, where you couldn't even find a spot to stand, let alone sit. But to try to get these people to come back and realize the fun, exciting game that you guys play, what are some things that they should be looking for this season?
I think, there's some great players to look up to here. Not only are they great softball players, but they're great off the field. And they're really trying to make something of themselves. They're going to be somebody out there in the real world. And they're great with the people. They're great with the fans. We love our fans. They're definitely fun to watch. We get some people that come out and they paint up for games, and some football players and in other sports as well. And it's a great crowd. It's a great environment. It's fun to watch a game day or night there. And it's a beautiful place to watch a game.
Well, thanks, Coach, and good luck this season.